Okay, this is Thomas and Sampriti, and this is the EuroAsia Scrum on Friday, the whatever date it is today. I don't know. Anyway, Sam is off today. He's I don't know, slacking or something. So I'll be hosting this one this morning. Yeah, Sampriti, nice to see you. Long time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I haven't been attending scrums, but I've been doing something on
I,
myself.
I know,
So
I know, I
I
know.
was I was just looking at the problem with turbo links and it's messing around, and I figured out that like using like you remember Bran had developed this turbo links wrapper,
Yeah,
which we have in on most of our scripts. So
yeah.
I just took all the JavaScript for the custom search and I put it inside that wrapper, and it started working.
Okay.
But it started working on every page. But when you access another page through turbo links, it doesn't work.
Mm,
So I did search the internet, and there is a Stack Overflow question
mm.
for that problem. But the problem is there is no answer for that question.
Ah, okay. There you go. Uh, so what we did yesterday just to take a few moments about this particular issue, what we did yesterday on the in the pair programming session is that we turned off turbolinks. Just didn't include it in our application JS file, and it all worked beautifully. And so that sparked a discussion whether turbolinks actually does something for us, in terms of performance. And there is a reason why the good people in the Rails core team included turbolinks in Rails 4. So I assume that there is a performance enhancement and upside for using that. But we also discussed that since it gives us so much trouble right now, and perhaps we can turn this off for now, research and come into terms in how we can use turbolinks, and still get the functionality we want, and perhaps re-enable this later on. So for now the decision is to just turn this off, basically, which is a shame, but because I would rather solve a problem than back out of it. But I want Raul and Michelle to be able to move forward with this pull request. It's a very small uh, functionality, so we shouldn't be spending so much time dealing with this. But yeah, so it's a great thing that you did some research, and I think that we should, when we have the time, continue to solve this problem. But for now, let's just turn this thing off, basically. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I guess that would be a good idea for now, because it would take a lot of time, and a temporary solution could be just to have the custom search but have the turbo links disabled, and it wouldn't be much of a difference, I guess. Or the only thing would be just when you visit another page, you just have a full page refresh.
Mm,
The page loads might be a bit slow, but not much other than that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what's going to happen. There are some other issues that Raul ran into, is that all of a sudden some random cucumber scenarios started to fail for him. So where I left him last night before I went to bed was, he was debugging stuff, moving backwards in his commits and see where the stuff broke. And I think there was some naming conflicts between the CSS classes that this Google search is creating or using, and the Mercury editor for some reason. But I didn't stick around long enough to see whether he solved it or not. But I'll be talking to him later today, so hopefully
He's actually online now.
Oh, hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you
Yeah,
guys?
yeah. Let's just finish off with Sapriti and we move over to you. So, any
Okay.
immediate plans, Sapriti? Is there anything?
Yeah,
How's that? Did you have a chance to work on those dependencies update? And
I've
before you
had I've,
answer, let me just say that I think Raul ran into this timeout issue with Phantom JS last night as well. So,
Yep, I have had some time to look into it, and whatever framework I've tried, it times out on my machine. How like whatever I've done. So the only thing I need to do is like go back with my dependencies and maybe see in what part, like which change causes these timeouts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do that. So basically, changing the driver to Capybara WebKit or to Selenium didn't really help much.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be with something else because everything's working fine on develop. It's not only it's just not working on mine. So it must have to do with some of my changes. So I have
Yeah.
to look into that.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love if you could actually team up with Raul a little bit today, or any day whenever you guys can sync your schedules, because I think some of the issues that Raul is facing right now are the same ones that you have. So perhaps if you guys work on this together, you can solve this.
Yeah, I'm not really free after the scrum. Maybe tonight
All
around
right.
the Atlantic scrum.
Okay.
That
All
would be
right, but
fine.
we can sync that later on. Okay, so so that's a stopper, I guess. That's
Yeah.
yeah. All right, and we know about your plans, so cool. Anyway, great to have you with us. I hope that the finals and your exams went well.
Yep. The results aren't out yet, but they'll be in a month or so. So I don't really have much problems with that. I have about a month or two of free time. So
Cool. Yeah. Well, I keep my fingers crossed that you did well on the exams. Okay, let me know.
yeah, I think I did well. So yeah.
Cool. And remember, if you use that sticker that I got you, send me a send me an image. I need to
Yeah,
tweet it or something.
I did want to use it, but like the problem was like my laptop cover is black and
Okay.
it doesn't really fit very well. So I was thinking of getting a new laptop skin and maybe trying it out later on. So
Okay. Okay. All
I've
right.
just kept it in store to use it later.
Wonderful. I can send you have some. I got some Semaphore CI stickers from the good people at Semaphore, so I can send you a few of those as well. So,
Yeah, let me just get a good back for my laptop and then which stickers would look good on. Like the current one, it won't look good, so that's why.
wonderful, wonderful, absolutely. All right, moving on to Raul then. Let's hear it. What's up? What happened last night after I left?
Okay, so I eventually figured out what was causing the timeout issue. It was the fact that we were loading that Google script onto the page.
Okay.
So what I did is I wrapped it around an if clause to say that it mustn't load during testing, and the rest of it is passed.
Okay. That's fair enough because,
So
but okay, but how does that affect your cucumber steps?
so it means then I can't make a full test on my side because then the search form won't be rendered.
Mm-hmm.
So I just rewrote those steps to just make sure that when you open that page, you don't see the search form, and when you click and then you search, that's essentially all I did for now
Okay.
until we eventually find a solution to this timeout thingy. But here's a link to a GitHub issue where I actually found one of my solutions. I don't know, maybe Sam Pretty can find something useful there for his problems as well. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I did
but
that
I
and
think in the meantime I think that's good enough with this
yeah.
yeah. So if you can coordinate with Michelle later on today, just make her pull in your code changes and update the pull request, and we can go ahead with this one. I would like to get this out of the way because we have other issues on in the backlog that we need to fix.
Okay.
So yeah, this is wonderful. Great job.
So yeah, I think that's done. I pushed it, so she just needs to pull it and push to the pull request now. Yeah.
Okay. And so any plans for today, Raul?
I'm just gonna drop off and go to work at some point now. Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
At some point, I love that. It's the same thing with me. At some point, I just go to work. Whenever I fucking feel for it, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then I'll join later on for the dev meeting tonight.
Cool. All right.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, so pretty. Go ahead and check out this link that Raul shared. If that could give you some pointers into what direction you want to move on, if they can help you in any way. But okay, so moving on to me, so yesterday I was in those pairing session. We said everything that is need to be said about that. But apart from that, I had a meeting with a small business owner yesterday, He's an immigrant here in Sweden, and he tries to build up his small business. He's in the restaurant business. He's actually from India, I think. So he's a countryman of yours. Anyways, so and he's struggling. So he serves food around the university and the incubator where I have my offices. So we spoke briefly, and I told him about this concept of us developing open source software and doing things for good causes. And he's not a charity, but he's a struggling small businessman. So I thought that perhaps we can get together a team and build him an application for handling takeaway food. So I just posted this link, this idea in the Slack channel. I got 5 or 6 people interested in this project. So this weekend I was hoping I can set up a meeting and we can brainstorm some high-level stories and start to work on this. My idea for this is just to tell you briefly how I'm thinking. I would like to develop one application in perhaps Rails or Sinatra. It depends a little bit, of course, but what stack we choose. But it's only an API. So we just handle the creation of menus and handle all the logic in that application. But it does not have a front end. And then we rather build a front end application that talks to this app and through API calls, and in this way we can add iOS developer later on, perhaps, if he wants, and we can build a native application for this or whatever. I think it will give us a broader flexibility in terms of what sort of applications can utilize this service. So it's my idea. So and I've also never personally developed an API before, purely. So I would see that as a learning experience myself. But perhaps enough about that for today. This weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I will be trying to host an initial dev meeting for that group. I created a Slack channel and invited some of you guys. I think I invited you, Sampriti. So if you have any inputs, go ahead and
Yes.
yeah.
I guess the inputs would come only after the dev meeting.
Exactly.
Not right now.
Exactly. So the project is called Take Me Away, which I thought was a funny name. Take My Breath Away or whatever. Anyways, so this is the Agile Ventures site page for this. Raul, if you're interested. Yeah.
I'll check it now. I actually joined that now.
Cool. So what I would also, and this is something that I will talk about in the dev meeting, I would like somebody to take a lead on this project rather than me, actually. And this could be a good opportunity to lead a project from scratch, being the project manager, pulling the strings and coordinating everybody's efforts. It could be a great learning experience. So to both of you guys, consider if this is something that you would like to take on. But I will talk to other members of the group as well, and we can settle on something. But yeah. So my immediate plans for today are, of course, at some point I'll go to work, I guess, as well, and and tonight I will be hosting the website 1 meeting. Actually, I'll be going off to work in 5 minutes. I'm already late. So yeah, that's all from now. Is there anything else we need to coordinate right now, guys?
No, not from my side.
Sabrina, you cool as well?
Yeah, I don't have much more to say, so yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, guys. As usual,
Okay.
Live long and prosper. And I
Cool.
see you tonight if you have the time and energy to attend the dev meeting.
Sure. Okay.
Cool.
Have a good day.
Bye bye.